Okay, so here we are with the owner of Poddex, Travis Brown, and we're talking to him today about Poddex and the Poddex app and his amazing promotion to give you guys a free month to this app. It's going to be amazing.
That's right.
So let's hear a little bit about the app. What's in it?
Yeah. So Pod Decks was started out as decks of cards for people to have better conversations. I'm a big fan of communication. And in 2021, we need to communicate more than ever. But if you're starting out as a podcaster, or maybe you're just kind of stuck, you hit a wall, I wanted to create a tool for people to be able to spark their next great conversation. So Pod Decks started out as a physical product. And I quickly realized that when you buy Pod Decks, you're excited. And then you have to wait. You have to wait for them to be packed. You have to wait for them to get to you. And I wanted to create a situation where somebody that was in the mood to spark their next great conversation could basically get pod decks instantaneously. And the best vessel for that, of course, is we all have a phone. So we built a mobile app for pod decks. And the app was actually finished in March, but we realized we wanted to put way more stuff into it than just questions for podcasters. We wanted to make it this like insane tool. So, of course, we've got a library of decks of questions in all kinds of different categories. I'm talking business, interview questions. We've
Oh,
got
cool.
we've got the um, Black History Month's coming out February 1st. We've got a travel deck. I mean, we're just adding all kinds of different categories. So it really doesn't matter what kind of podcaster you are, there's something in there for you. So
Hmm.
there's over 3,000 questions, and we've had almost 200,000 card swipes in the app. So people are asking great questions on their podcast or their Twitch stream or their live video. So it's amazing. And then additionally, we have a bunch of other features in the app that are to help podcasters. So we have an explore and learn section with mini courses that you can take in the matter of 10 minutes and learn something to apply to your podcast. We have and it's not just me on the app. I've partnered with all my friends in the podcasting community to provide their expertise. So we have a social media video, we have a legal
Mm.
video, we have all kinds of things that you need to know as a podcaster. In addition to that, we have a toolbox. So if you're looking for your next great podcast host, or you're looking for your next great microphone, I built a toolbox with all of my favorite creator tools in there. So you can just open a drawer. It's literally looks like a toolbox. You open a drawer, and inside that drawer are my favorite tools for content creators. And then in addition to that, we've got a royalty-free music library. Yeah. We've got monthly giveaways. So every month I give away a piece of gear to one of our members. So we gave away a Rodecaster Pro, and then we just gave away a Zoom PodTrack P4. So we're always giving our community something to take their podcast to the next level. What else am I missing? There's all kinds of stuff in this app that's not.
Could you have stuffed more into one app? This is
Yeah,
crazy.
yes. My team hates me because I always I'll wake up and I'll be like, okay, I got a new idea we could put in the app. So, our latest edition is going to be the Poddex Choice. So, on the homepage of the app, we're going to be sharing the tools, the software, the companies that we love and use, and we're trying to collaborate with those companies to offer our members special discounts on those products. So, and Sounder FM, of course, is the first Poddex choice.
We
And
are?
yes. So I made a list of 12 of my favorite companies, and Sounder was at the top of the list. It was the number one company that I contacted because the entire team is awesome at Sounder. If you haven't talked to any of them. And somehow I went straight to the top. I went straight to the founders, and we're having these calls and we're collaborating. And here we are today. And it's my absolute favorite.
Wow, I love to hear that. Okay, but back to like what you're offering Sounder
Yeah,
creators, right?
absolutely. Yeah. So
So this app has everything. We have question cards for if you get like stuck on an interview, if you want to like pre-write an interview, if you're talking to somebody new, whether you're talking about business or like pottery, it sounds like that's the place to be.
yeah,
We have tools. If you're stuck on what, really, I feel like that's like for people who are like new to podcasting, but also people who want to like level up, right? Not
absolutely.
having to do all this research, reading all of these articles, just go here because you are a master at podcasting. So, like, I trust you.
Yeah.
If you tell me to buy a mic, I'm going to buy a mic.
We're focused on our fresh content guarantee, which is every time you open up that app, there should be something new in there for you to create great content. So, um, we have a lot of people who are just starting out using it. And I also have people that I just had a podcaster contact me and he said, do not underestimate Poddex. I have 1.4 million downloads and 300 episodes, and I'm using this app. So it really does it, people who love Poddex get it. And I think it's a great tool for people. So yeah. So going back to what we're offering our Sounder friends is we just want you to use the app. We built a tool to be used. So we're offering anybody who's using Sounder FM a free month of the app. So I want you to get in there. I want you to download the royalty-free music. I want you to enter the contest. I want you to use the prompts to start your next episode or have a great conversation, no matter what kind of content you're making. And it's really important for us to just make sure that people know this exists. This is sort of a new concept. I mean, decks of cards aren't a new concept, but for podcasters, this tool is a new concept because you go buy your mic, you go buy your headphones, you get your hosting right at Sounder, and then you're sort of done buying things or
Yeah.
accessing tools. So there's a lot of great software tools and stuff out there, but we wanted to make something that didn't exist. So the goal is just to get people to be able to see how cool this app is. And the best way to do that is for free. So we don't do this for everyone. This is a Sounder exclusive offer. And I'm just really hoping that people can take their podcast up a notch, have a better conversation, get more downloads, grow their audience, and have the podcast of their dreams.
Woo! Love that. I think that's great. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, I want to ask too, what kind of feedback are you getting from people who are using the app?
Yeah, so the feedback has been amazing. People are sharing all kinds of different ways they're using it. Like I had a guy tell me that he was on a first date and he was really nervous, and they pulled out the Poddex app and like talked all night, and he got a second date. And I was like, wow, that's kind of crazy. People are doing lightning rounds on their show. They're posting that on social media to get more engagement, and we have a really loyal tribe of people using the Poddex app. And um, honestly, this is my first mobile app that we've built. So I was a little worried when we launched that there'd be issues, tech tickets, all this stuff. We've had like, absolutely minimal tickets. People just sign up, they use it. Like I said, 200,000 card swipes. That's a lot of thumbs moving, right? So people are asking a lot of questions. So I see people buy new gear or upgrade their mic every day. People contact me all the time about the courses that there was just one little aspect they didn't know about that they were able to learn really quickly. And of course, we love giving away stuff, and who doesn't like to win podcasting gear? So
Right.
overall, we've got a lot of 5-star reviews, which is awesome. Actually, we only have 5-star reviews. So if that says anything, I think it's really easy to write a bad review of something.
Mm,
To get that many good reviews makes me feel like we did a good job when we built it. So
totally. Yeah, I mean, I think that speaks to like the Poddex community in general. Like even being part of your social media community is so, I don't know, friendly, inviting. I'm always learning. You're always posting new things. Like it
thank
really
you.
is just the place to, yeah, of course. It's really the place to be for any podcaster on their journey. And to have access to this, for free for a month,
Yeah,
you
it's
can you
it's
can't get
it's
better
a
than
no
that.
risk it's a no risk chance to see if Poddex could be for you. We
Right.
also have a Facebook group, a little private community, and it's one of the best podcasting groups because I put some really specific rules in this group to make sure that even when somebody asks a newer question, like no question, you can't cobble or clobber anybody in the group. Like
Yeah.
you have to be respectful, and so we've got over 500 members of like when I don't answer a question, 5 other people do, and it's amazing to see the community coming together. So the community aspect of Poddex was something that I didn't anticipate. I thought, okay, this will be a product, people will buy it, but then we built this
Right.
community, and I've met some amazing people like yourself, and made a bunch of friends on the internet in 2020, and which a lot of them I can't wait to meet in real life, and it's really it's been an amazing journey.
I mean, you can't get better than that. You're like fostering conversations everywhere. Of course, you're making a community. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, it's really important to me too. And there's nothing worse in my mind than thinking of somebody who wants to create content or podcast, but is stuck and eventually quits. Like,
Hmm.
quitting is a decision. Taking a pause, is a choice, right? And I want people to make sure that they always have something in their hip pocket to go to. And I actually, you asked about some feedback. A lot of people were telling me that every time that they've had tech issues, so maybe they're doing a Zoom call or something, and they'll have tech issues, taking the pod decks out and starting to ask those questions after the tech problem puts their guest at a little more ease. And it's,
Oh, okay.
there's a lot of ways to use it. People are using them before the interview just to warm up their guests, to get them, to break the ice. A lot of people just kind of start the podcast, and
Right.
different people have different feelings on that podcast. They may be nervous. It may be their first guest interview. And when you put them at
Right.
ease, you're going to have a much better conversation and a much better episode.
I love that. So really you're like becoming an expert in not only interviewing, but like just conversing with humans. You're
Yeah.
gonna be great on the mic, and then also when you go to like the grocery store, you'll have a better conversation there too.
This whole thing started with a list that I had on my phone in notes called friend questions. And I kept it on my phone because I noticed there'd be lulls in conversations in groups, people looking at their phones. And I would ask these questions. And people loved it. People would always tell me like, "Oh, you're the question guy. Like you make me feel like I'm on a podcast." And so I was like, this could be something that has much greater reach than me sitting around with my friends. Right. So
Yeah.
I think it's super important. Like, we are more separated than ever, and these conversations through podcasting are really important. And it looks like we're starting to make some headway in the world by having these conversations. And so I'm just happy to be a small part of that outreach in the world.
Yeah. Should we do some Poddex questions now?
We can, if you want.
Yeah.
Let's do some
Let's
Poddex
show
questions.
them what we're made of.
I'm gonna get the app out right now. All right. So I guess really it's kind of going to come down to the category of what we want to ask Laurel here. Let's see. It's pretty early in the year. Why don't we do New Year, New You?
Let's do it.
All right. Did you read any great books this past year? And what are your reading goals for this coming year?
I did read some great books. Their names are slipping me right now.
Doesn't that always happen when you're like, I read this great book. Oh, what was it called? And who was it by? That's
I know,
why I
then people
keep
are
all
like,
my that's why I keep all
sure
my
you
books
read.
in Roy G. Biv, because I can typically ask somebody, what color was it? And then I'll know if I have it or not.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm also like a recycler of books, so I sell them when I'm done with them so other people can enjoy them.
Okay.
So they don't like sit on my shelf for too long. My reading goals next year are, I honestly read a lot of like educational stuff because I like practice Chinese medicine. So that's most of my reading, but I would like to have more like fun reading, like
Okay.
a
Like some
silly mystery
nonfiction.
novel.
You need fiction in your life.
Yes, like goofy, non-threatening fiction.
All right.
Maybe some YA.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think went best for you this past year?
Probably my business, right? Like,
Okay.
I figured it out.
You
I
unlocked
am an
your
independent contractor, baby.
Yeah, most people would have said I'm an entrepreneur, but I like that you put it into its context, because it's easy to say you're an entrepreneur, right? And
Right.
it's more like a bio headline. I'm an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
but you're doing it yourself. You're on your own, which here's the thing about that people don't realize. Everyone dreams of working for themselves until you have to work for yourselves, and all the problems are yours. And
Yeah.
every day you have to figure out how you're going to make that next, client, sale, product. And it takes a lot of work to be an entrepreneur. Let's see here. Let me bounce out a new year, new you. I'm going to go to just the ultimate interview deck. Let's see what we got here.
That sounds good.
All right. If you could pick one gadget from any superhero to own, what would it be?
I don't watch superhero movies.
Okay.
Wait, Batman has that awesome car.
Yeah, that's the answer of the century right there, the Batmobile.
Yeah.
Okay. If you were going on a road trip, what are the 3 must-haves that you couldn't live without, or leave without, excuse me?
Water.
Okay.
Like filtered good water, I don't want that Dasani crap. Um,
Tell me
hmm,
about your water intake here. Are you one of the people that has the giant jug that you make sure you drink a gallon a day?
no, but
Okay.
I go through like 6 of these a day.
Okay.
Um, what was the question? Oh, things that
What are
snacks.
okay, snacks. Let's talk about snacks. What kind of snacks are we rocking?
I mean, like if I'm being good, like nuts, dried fruit, maybe like an apple. But if I'm not being good, I want like popcorn, I want potato chips, I want like little candies.
Okay. Well, what kind of potato chips? I want to know.
Oh, okay. I mean, I really like the Ridgy ones because they're like crunchy. I don't like when they're too thin
Yeah.
and plain. I don't need
So
any flavor.
no flavor, no cheddar and sour cream and onion.
No,
No,
no.
you just like the. How about sea salt?
Yeah, yeah. Sea
Okay,
salt.
sea
I'll
salt.
take that.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about candy. I want to know. Are we talking chocolate? Or are we talking like fruit candy?
We're talking like good dark chocolate.
Okay.
Like I don't fuck around when it comes to snacks. So like I'm gonna pay $6 for a bar of chocolate,
Okay.
you know?
I like it. So that means that you're not eating chocolate all the time because the six
No,
dollar chocolate bar is like an event.
unsustainable.
Okay.
It's an event, yeah.
It's an event.
Trader Joe's makes it pretty easy though to get good snacks, I
Yeah.
will say.
I like the Trader Joe's.
Yeah, big fan of Trader
Except it's
Joe's.
too busy because everyone knows about it.
Yeah, you gotta go at like 11:35 and then like sneak in and get out.
All right, so we've got water and snacks.
Oh, the other thing, maybe my yoga mat.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
It's
I feel
something
like I like
easy.
to like stretch.
Oh, stretching, yes.
I
All
know.
right, that's those are good answers, and they really fit you. Well,
My
based on what
brand.
I know about you. Your brand is on brand. Yeah. What holiday do you think is nonsense?
Like Valentine's Day came to mind. It just feels a little like
It
nonsense.
is a manufactured holiday. It's a Hallmark holiday.
And I feel like people keep trying to reinvent it as something better.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I feel like I'm a little bit done with that one.
Okay. Well, it's your next holiday, so we'll skip it for you.
It's coming up, I know.
Okay. One more question.
Yeah.
Were you ever really passionate about something and then suddenly lost interest? And what was it?
Yeah, I really wanted to work with animals when I was younger. And then I realized that I would have to like give them shots and potentially do the not so great stuff with them. So I was like, I'm not
Yeah.
that girl.
Yeah.
And so I let it go.
Yeah, that's good. You got to let stuff go sometimes because then that opens the door for the new stuff, right? If you hang
Yeah.
on to everything, you know, like if you want a new car, like take your car out of the garage and make room for it, right? If you want new clothes,
Yeah.
make some space in your closet. If you want a new husband,
Make the space.
make some space for him.
Move the other one out.
That's right. Get this one out of here and make space for the new one.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you can get this kind of conversation and more with Poddex. I feel like that was amazing.
Yeah. So
Entertaining. I'm having fun.
yeah, so I feel like I learned a lot more about you than I knew already, and this is casual. So, but
Right.
you could plan with it. So we actually have the ability to make a custom deck. So you can go through the decks and start to pick the questions that you like the
Mm.
most to make your own custom deck. So it is a lot of fun. When I created this and I was beta testing it, I would sit at lunch with my wife and I would just ask her questions from the decks, and I learned so much stuff I didn't even know about her. And I've been married to her for like 15 years. So I'm
Oh my
like,
gosh, I love that.
yeah, and even Cal from Sounder said he sits at the dinner table with the kids and we'll ask them some questions. So it's really great. It makes me so filled with joy to know that these conversations are actually happening.
Yeah. Okay, 1 month free. Sign up. It's probably going to be below because we're going to be posting this on
Yeah,
social, and we hope to see you there.
absolutely. Get yourself a free month. Enter the monthly contest. Make a custom deck. Do all like it's so much fun. Ask your spouse some questions, use it on your next podcast. Go live. I love going live. And I'll just say anybody who wants to be interviewed, join my live and I will interview a random person. And I've made a lot of friends through that because there's
Oh
some
my
cool
God.
people out there. So you can do a lot of stuff with questions, and people on Twitch are using them now. And
Hmm.
um, post, just take a
Get
screenshot,
creative.
post it on social media. You'll get all kinds of engagement. Yep.
Love it.